Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling at the crib right now, man. Just had a little bit of downtime, so I figured I'd go live. I was going to put some videos out, but I'd rather just discuss it with the people, rather just discuss it with the nation. What's going on, y'all? I hope everybody's having a brilliant start to their weekend. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go kick it for the night, man. Gonna check out some movies. Gonna go watch Bad Boys or whatever. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna be on live tonight. So I figured I'd just hop on right now and talk to the people and see exactly what's going on, what's on the people's minds, what they want to speak about. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, man, I'm not expecting many people to come in at this particular time. I know people not used to me coming on at this time. So, and on top of that, they probably not even receiving their notifications. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. It is very much appreciated. Everybody who's on here, you know what I mean, listening to your boy, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that been coming through. And shout out to everybody that's been sending me like cash apps and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even be posting no videos, wouldn't even be going live, and I'm receiving cash apps from the nation. So shout out to everybody that's been donating to the channel, man. It's getting put to great use. You know what I'm saying? I'm building my little studio, little podcast studio day by day. It's definitely coming together, man. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. Mr. Keep Running Your Mouth. What's going on? What's going on? He said, there's always a lit day when your notification gets sent out. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you very much. People still at work. Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I mean? Over in Philly, it's 7:47 right now. That, you know what I mean? But maybe people just still working. You know, it is what it is, man. I'll probably put out a video after this because I really got some shit on my mind. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. And I'm sick of just seeing the bullshit just happen in boxing, man. There's so much corruption. There's so much just flagrant bullshit that it just needs to be spoken about. And I didn't put the camera on because I'm laying down right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I show y'all niggas. I'm kicking it on the sofa right now, you know what I mean? I ain't sitting up or nothing like this. And I'm not, you know what I mean? If I'm not sitting up, then, you know what I mean? I don't feel the need to be on the camera, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just turn the camera off and we just going to make it do what it do. You feel what I'm saying? I definitely ain't hiding. Definitely ain't hiding. I ain't one of those, you know what I'm saying? But, niggas kicking it, niggas trying to be comfortable and kick and talk with y'all. So that's what I'm going to do. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He said that means you're next up. You're up next, boy. Shit, I hope. But we gonna wait for our time, and once we get to our time, we definitely gonna make it count. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Coffee Plant. He said, I heard the boy Boots waiting for Haney. I think Boots is waiting for an opportunity in general, man. He looking for one of those names to come up and try to step up against him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lack of names at 47 right now. And even besides that, a lot of people don't want to give him any opportunities. Like we talking about Stanionis don't want to give him an opportunity. Thurman don't want to give him an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just he said, why you laying down like that, man? Sassy. This dude Slime is a fucking clown. Fuck Slime. Anyway, a lot of dudes don't want to give him any opportunities. You know what I'm saying? PBC specifically ain't want to give him opportunities at the time because they felt like he wasn't loyal to their brand, and they ain't about to sacrifice their fighters if they're not gonna come up off of them. So it is what it is. You feel me? So yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You feel what I mean? MB26 said, "What's up, my guy Mark? I'm definitely interested in your boot camp." Well, you got the information. You know what I mean? You got the information. So if you want to sign up, you know what I mean? If you in or around the area, you want to sign up for my 4-week boxing boot camp, you know what I'm saying? And slide through. All the information is available on that poster that I got up on my social media, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to come learn how to box. You want to learn how to hold your hands. You want to learn the sweet science. You want to get a good workout in. Come through. You know what I'm saying? I got a 4-week boxing boot camp, advanced boxing boot camp starting July 7th, man. And there's going to be 4 classes. You know what I'm saying? He said, do I get a nation discount? Absolutely not. Do you ask Walmart for discounts? Do you ask Target for discounts? Do you ask them crackers for discounts when you over there buying all that shit? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely don't give out discounts over here. But shout out to the nation. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got to eat. I got to provide for my son. The rent got to be paid. The bills got to be paid. Shit got to be maintained. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't no discounts over here. But if you bring somebody to my class, I might, if you're able to bring somebody else that pays for the class, I might knock a little percentage off of what you paying. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do none of that. But yeah, hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. We got 12 people in the building from what I see. You know what I mean? It's very appreciated. So let's get into the conversation, man. This is something that I really wanted to talk about. I just want to expose the hypocrisy in these motherfuckers, man. And that's, of course, at WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman. Tesla, what up? What up? Born on the legacy route. I appreciate that. Likewise, my brother. We all doing our thing in our own ways. But let's get into Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC and exactly what's going on with them, man. And shout out to James Toney because his words still remain true to this day. And that's the WBC stands for We Be Crooks. It don't get any more real than that, man. Shout out to Lights Out James Toney, man, one of the greatest to ever box. He was telling the truth when he said these words. And it's crazy that was so many years ago. And it's still a relevant thing in the sport of boxing, man. Whether it was Mauricio Sulaiman or his father, nothing has changed with WBC, man. They've shown to be extremely biased. They've shown to be extremely corrupt. They've shown that they could be bought, and they are they're the most corrupt organization in the sport of boxing, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. One of the most greediest people, one of the most thirstiest people. You know what I'm saying? In the entire boxing world, man. And this shit just got to be exposed. So I see Mauricio Sulaiman had put up a post in regards to Ryan Garcia, man. Ryan Garcia has been in some deep water lately due to, him cheating against Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Whether we talking about the illegal IVs, purposely coming in overweight, smoking weed for masking agents. You know what I'm saying? And, obviously tested positive for Ostrine, trying to cover his tracks and purposely, contaminating his own supplements with Ostrine to make it seem like he was set up. And then, every lie that him and his legal team had put together had been getting debunked. You know what I'm saying? I guess the people were asking the WBC how they're going to punish Ryan Garcia since, he's been in hot water and he just got penalized by the New York State Athletic Commission. So let's get into the statement that Mauricio Sulaiman puts up, man. Absolutely disgusting statement from him. And we going to talk about it. We definitely going to talk about it. You know what I mean? This is on Mauricio Sulaiman's social media on Instagram, WBC Morrow. And this is his caption right here. He said, many are asking how would a WBC punish King Ryan Garcia. And he goes on to say, we don't care to punish him. We want to help Ryan, the human being. He is suffering, going through difficulties. This is not a matter of boxing. Ryan needs immediate support and attention now. Champ, we are here for you. Well, first of all, looking at this right here, he fucked up at the end. Ryan Garcia is not a champ. You know what I mean? He's never been a champ. You feel what I'm saying? Never had a belt in his fucking life. And I don't even know why Mauricio Sulaiman is running to Ryan Garcia's aid, because Ryan Garcia don't give a fuck about the WBC. He don't give a fuck about belts, period. You know what I'm saying? He had plenty of opportunities to fight for the WBC world title. Back at 135, when Devin Haney was the 135-pound WBC champion of the world, he was Devin Haney's mandatory at one point and completely avoided it. Goes up to 140. The WBC could possibly be on the line, but he misses weight purposely. This is his words, not mine. So the WBC wasn't on the line for him at that moment. It goes to show you how much he cares for the WBC. He could give a fuck about them. And he said on numerous occasions, that he doesn't care for belts. But somehow, some way, the WBC is going out of their way to defend Ryan Garcia. And they saying that this is deeper than boxing, that this man genuinely needs help. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to address this. Let me read a couple comments real quick. Shout out to DJ Rush. He said, hi, Mazuma. How are you doing? You're definitely right. I believe in the A side and the B side fighter and how they are treated differently. Well, I think it's bigger than the A side, B side fighter. Let me just break this down a little bit for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a matter of A side, B side at all. I'm just calling out the hypocrisy and how the way they moving with certain fighters. You know what I'm saying? DJ Rush also goes on to say, I know taking drugs to amplify your boxing performance is bad regardless, but I can get more old fighters using it since their bodies don't perform like they used to keep up with other fighters. Well, I disagree with you, DJ Rush. I don't think, I mean, whether you old, young, or whatever, I don't think performance enhancement drugs has any room in the sport of boxing, point blank. And if you're at an age where you may need performance enhancement drugs in order to, improve your performance, I think it's time to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? This is a contact sport. This is a physical sport. This is sanctioned violence. And whenever people's lives are on the line, or where you may possibly, or when you may have the ability to end somebody's life, I don't think performance enhancement drugs should be anywhere near you. If you smacking a baseball, or whatever it is that you're doing that doesn't involve harming other people, there might be room for that. Like for baseball, I probably wouldn't mind seeing some motherfuckers on the juice. You might see some crazy home runs, or whatever the situation is. But in boxing, this is a sport that you cannot play, man. Plenty of people die yearly participating in the sport of boxing. I don't know if y'all seen that clip with Team Combat League with that dude getting hit, and then he had a delayed reaction, then just had a seizure and all that shit. Bro, this isn't it, man. This ain't the sport, whether you 20, 30, 40, 45 years old. This ain't the sport to be taking performance enhancement drugs, man. So DJ Rush, I think you need to be a little bit more understanding of boxing and exactly how dangerous it is, and just come to the idea that regardless of age, performance enhancement drugs don't have no room in boxing, period. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Jordan Rules. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything's all right, my brother. He said, bro, this situation reflects the downfall on our society. People morals are gone all because of hate. Americans in particular are a joke this country has lost. That's a beautiful comment right there, Jordan. This definitely is a representation of our society currently, man. I never thought in all my years of being in boxing, bro, I'm young, but I've been in boxing for a while. I never thought that they would hate a black athlete so much. And I'm mentioning race because that's exactly what the fuck it is. Because I could never see Devin Haney testing positive, Shakur testing positive, Tank testing positive, and people running to this aid like how they ran the Ryan Garcia aid. I don't see the conspiracy theorists coming out for Devin Haney. I don't see the conspiracy theorists coming out for Shakur, Tank, any of these black athletes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm bringing up the race in particular, because I think Ryan got the complexion for the protection. I could give a fuck about what his ethnicity is. We all know what he is in reality. And they run into his aid. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, this country definitely lost. And I see why people look at Americans how they do, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is absolutely disgusting. I never thought that people would justify a man cheating it because they hate another fighter so much. And that in itself just goes to show you that their hatred is deeply rooted. It has nothing to do with boxing. It might have to do with the color of their skin. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Ralph. He says Mauricio truly showed how he moves when he showed he wasn't going to punish Canelo, and he raises the level of clenbuterol so Canelo could take it in the future not to be punished. We gonna get into that, Ralph. Yeah, you cooking right now, but let me build up to that point, my brother. You beating me to the punch right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jordan Rules, man. I appreciate that very much. Slime, shout out Slime. He said Ryan Garcia could smoke crack on cam, and his bitch ass fans would say that's not crack. Fuck out of here, Ryan, a bitch. I stand on what I'm saying. Hey, man, I understand your frustrations, my brother. I really do. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fake accounts and trolls doing it. Well, those are people behind those fake accounts and trolls. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes what the dudes say more valid. You feel me? Two things can be true. I believe Ryan cheated and Haney got exposed. I mean, you entitled to your opinion, my brother, but you know what got Haney exposed was a fighter that was enhanced. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of how the way you look at it, whether you believe Haney was exposed or not, who did he get exposed by? He got exposed by a man who was blatantly cheating that night and was looking for a way to enhance his performance so he could have an upper hand on Devin Haney. So it is what it is. And in terms of being exposed, I hope everybody knows whether they undefeated or not, every fighter can be beat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has holes in their game. You know what I mean? It just take the right motherfucker to really show it. You know what I mean? It just so happened to be a fighter who was on, performance enhancement drugs. So it is what it is. Tank quiet. Of course he quiet because his fight is over. You know what I mean? He taking his little break from promoting and all that. He kicking back with his family. And it is what it is. Coffee Plant says I still favor Javante over Haney. I mean, I do too. I do too. I've been saying that for a while, but it doesn't change exactly what happened with Haney. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really on. Rouse says that's crazy the times we are in. People are running to defend a guy that cheated, but crucify the person that was wrong. Yeah. That's exactly what's going on. And the fact that me and you are able to see this, but 95% of the boxing world can't see it is crazy. It almost make me feel like I'm tripping. Sometimes I be so shocked by how the way these people be, attacking Devin Haney. I'm like, bro, am I just wrong? Like I be questioning myself and shit. Like, what the fuck is really going on? You feel what I'm saying? I be feeling like I'm tripping and shit. But let's get back to this Mauricio Sulaiman talk. So let me reread the catch for those of y'all who just came in the building or whatever. And I guess, people have been asking Mauricio Sulaiman how he's going to approach the Ryan Garcia situation since being penalized, being punished by the New York State Athletic Commission. And Mauricio Sulaiman says, many are asking how would a WBC punish Ryan Garcia? We do not care. We don't care to punish him. We want to help Ryan. The human being, he is suffering, going through difficulties. This is not a matter of boxing. Ryan needs immediate support and attention now. Champ, we are here for you. And Ryan Garcia goes on to say, thank you, Mauricio. Blue heart, and then he puts the cross of Jesus. Do you see how Ryan Garcia he plays behind this Jesus, this Christianity cloth so well? He does some of the most disrespectful things, like disrespect people's wives and disrespect women. Does a lot of crazy things. Like, we're not going to ignore the shit that he said to Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? Just disrespecting her as a woman. Then he goes out and he parties and he's getting arrested for vandalism. And then, he's threatening people's lives. That doesn't seem pretty Christian of you, my brother. I seen what you said about Teofimo Lopez and how you going to run up and try to harm him. That doesn't seem pretty Christian of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. And then after he does all the bullshit that he does, he says, you go, God bless everybody. Play behind this God club, man, this Christianity club. It just shows Ryan Garcia is so fucking arrogant. He's not aware of the piece of shit that he actually is. But it is what it is, man. Let's get back on Mauricio Sulaiman, man. And it's just funny, man, how Mauricio Sulaiman is able to just flip the switch and just all of a sudden start caring about mental health with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It just, whenever performance enhancement drugs are brought up around Mauricio Sulaiman, he does whatever he can to make it seem like performance enhancement drugs are irrelevant. Do y'all remember when that girl fought Franchon Cruz Dezern? Well, her name was like Jimenez or some shit like that. And she clearly was juiced to the gills. She looked like a motherfucking man, dog. And everybody was suspicious. And Mauricio Sulaiman came out to her defense and like, oh, this is a woman. Oh, this is disrespectful that you guys are talking about her like that. Like, it was just pretty much like checking everybody who had something to say about this woman who was clearly on the fucking TRT. You see what I'm saying? She goes on, she beats the dog shit out of Franchon Cruz Dezern. Then a week later, it comes out that she was on these performance enhancement drugs, and they made it a whole fucking obstacle for Franchon Cruz Dezern to get her motherfucking belts back, get her belt back. I think they like had the belt vacant and had, Cruz fight for it again, and then she was able to become champion again instead of just handing her the fucking belt. You see what I'm saying? Like, I remember that whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you overlook this whole, when you analyze this whole situation with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, like who the fuck is really the victim? You know what I'm saying? This whole fucking caption right here on this Instagram post makes it seem like Ryan Garcia is the victim to something. He's a victim to mental health issues. How about the shit that he's done to make Devin Haney the victim to fucking cheating in the sport of boxing? You know what I'm saying? You over here making it seem like Ryan Garcia going through some real life shit. And listen, Ryan Garcia might be going through some real life shit. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because what remains at the end of the day is that Ryan Garcia is a grown ass man. We need to stop referring to him as a motherfucking kid. This man done been married. This man got more kids than I do, and he younger than me. So I ain't about to keep looking at this motherfucker like he a kid. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody treat me like a kid when I fuck up. So why the fuck I'm gonna look at him like that? You know what I'm saying? He way further in life in terms of like financial success than me and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to grow the fuck up. We need to stop trying to act like these dudes be want to hold this kid hand, man. Hold this dude hand. This is a grown ass man, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny reading this caption as if Ryan Garcia is some type of victim when the whole time he's the fucking suspect, bro. This man has done everything he could to have an upper hand on Devin Haney, whether it was legal or not. He went against the grain. This man legal team settled with the New York State Athletic Commission because they knew he was guilty. They couldn't find a way around it. They could not prove that he unknowingly took these performance enhancement drugs. They try to bend the truth and, you know, they contaminating their own fucking supplements and try to, like, come on, bro. Like, you can try that shit with other people. That shit not going to work over here, bro. It's not. So you mean to tell me that Ryan Garcia needs help and we don't care to punish him, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, this dude, Devin Haney, we don't know exactly how he's going to bounce back mentally off of this. And you trying to rush this motherfucker into a purse bid. Y'all trying to rush him into another fight with Sandor Martin. This dude was going through a whole court situation with Ryan Garcia because he got cheated. He got cheated. And he's waiting for this whole shit to, you know what I'm saying, come together. And the whole process of him trying to figure out exactly what's going to go on with his situation with Ryan Garcia to see if the fight's going to get overturned, what's the penalties going to be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to rush him to fight Sandor Martin. This man just got brutalized by a drug cheat. And instead of just giving this man the time he needs in order to heal and just get through this little small process he got going on with the New York State Athletic Commission, you mean to tell me that you need to make up your mind? Are you going to fight Sandor Martin or not? Meanwhile, this dude, fucking Ryan Garcia, getting shoulder rubs and a fucking a shoulder to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck does this even work like this, bro? How is this even possible? So y'all mean y'all trying to victimize the drug cheat Ryan Garcia, but then y'all over here, you know, trying to make it seem like Devin Haney's okay and he's not a victim to anything and he just needs to move on? What do you mean by that, 3V? What do you mean by that? They can't, or all fighters are use the same excuse. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to, you know, specify that. You got to explain that one, my brother. I don't understand what you're talking about. Keeping it real, I can't hate. Ain't nothing to hate on. This is all facts, my brother. Anybody who hating on this, they had some type of emotional investment in Ryan Garcia. I have not told one lie yet. They're over here trying to switch the narrative and make it seem like Ryan Garcia is some type of victim and that he needs help. Meanwhile, the motherfucker who actually needs help, the actual victim in this situation, is you know, attempted to be rushed into another fight with Sandor Martin. On some real shit, just based off of all of this, man, I hope Devin Haney don't even give them that, man. These motherfuckers don't deserve a sanctioning fee. This man just fell victim to a fucking drug cheat, and they not doing anything in order to show that they have some type of support for him. On some real shit, it make me feel like the WBC don't fuck with Devin Haney like that. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all remember back when Devin Haney was fighting George Kambosos? I don't know if it was the first fight. I don't know if it was the second fight. But regardless, he had an interview, I believe, with 78 Sports TV. And Devin Haney said something along the lines of, he'll never let a white boy beat him. You know what I'm saying? He'll never let a white boy beat him, blah, blah, blah. So after that, the WBC didn't like what not Ryan Garcia. They didn't like what Devin Haney had to say about a white boy beating him. So they forced him to apologize. You know what I'm saying? They force him to apologize as if like if he didn't, they would strip him from his title. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you know what I mean? This dude Ryan Garcia goes around and he could talk about all types of shit. You know what I mean? Speak about a whole bunch of things that are not true. You know what I'm saying? Keep alluding to people being the devil, and he talking about killing people in the ring and all types of shit. Same shit Deontay Wilder got investigated for. Ryan Garcia says the same thing, and they don't even bat an eye. Don't even bat an eye. This dude is clearly in the whole build up to the Devin Haney fight. He's falling apart mentally. He's having episodes, and the WBC don't even look his way. They don't care to investigate that. But God forbid you say something about not losing to a white boy, and all of a sudden they on your ass, and they want to. And all of a sudden they care. Wilder got investigated for saying that he wanted to catch a body. Facts, and that's something that you can look up. You know what I'm saying? So worried about Ryan Garcia and preserving his mental health. Meanwhile, Devin Haney probably going through it. He'd probably never be the same after this situation because he's always going to remember this situation with Ryan Garcia, him being brutalized, him taking a lot of punishment. You know what I'm saying? Him hitting the canvas multiple times, just being, not knowing whether he'll, be able to take a punch the same, whether he'll be able to bounce back from this last performance. All right, they took the L off of his record, but the memories remain. You feel what I'm saying? What about Devin Haney's mental health? What about his? All right, do y'all care about that? The one who's currently holding y'all fucking world title right now? Or y'all just there to kiss Ryan Garcia ass who never gave a fuck about your belt? You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney has defended y'all belt proudly at 135 and 140. And somehow, some way, y'all don't seem to appreciate him how the way y'all appreciate Ryan Garcia. It's funny, man. It just seems like they only give a fuck about their people. You see what I mean? Do y'all remember back when Oscar Valdez tested positive? I think it was during the Conceição fight. You know what I'm saying? And Mauricio Sulaiman comes out and he's defending him, talking about it was herbal tea and all this shit. And he tests positive before the fight even fucking happened. Before the fight happened, and they still allowed that fight to go on. The WBC didn't bat an eye. How about Canelo Alvarez? Like my boy Rouse said, his boy tested positive for clenbuterol. They ran to his defense, made it seem like he wasn't cheating at all. They try to say, "Oh, well, clenbuterol. In Mexico they put clenbuterol in their our cattle." So bro, we know that. We know that. So what? So what does he do? He raises the level of clenbuterol. He literally he goes and he creates a new limit for clenbuterol. So these Mexicans, when they get caught, they'll be below, the threshold, so they won't get penalized for it. This is the shit that Mauricio Sulaiman does. You know what I'm saying? This is the shit that he does, people. You cannot make this shit up at all. You feel me? And this is all facts. This is all facts. So I just find it funny. I find it very funny how they catering to the cheater, but the actual victim they don't even really give a fuck about. The one who actually suffers from this situation, they don't really care to attend to. You know what I'm saying? And they've been giving the WBC been giving Devin Haney hell with the WBC title for a while now. I remember when he was a WBC champion or whatever, and when he beat Kambosos had the WBC franchise belt, and I think this is where they started to dislike Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney was the main reason why the WBC franchise belt was pretty much tarnished and kicked to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because let's go back. So remember, Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin Haney at the time. You know what I'm saying? But the WBC strategically didn't want to make it look like Lomachenko was ducking Devin Haney. So what they did was they gave Loma a WBC franchise belt, which according to them is a trophy, right? But they never really specified that. So they just gave Loma a belt, and then they gave the actual legitimate title to Devin Haney because Loma clearly ducked Devin Haney at the time, right? So that's how they were able to get all of that shit going. This is what made Teofimo say that he was undisputed because he was holding that franchise belt as if it was a legitimate title, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward Teofimo loses to Kambosos. Kambosos has a WBC franchise belt. Devin Haney ends up ultimately getting that opportunity. He defeats Kambosos. And when the WBC attempts to hand Devin Haney the WBC franchise belt, he refuses it. He refuses it. He doesn't want the WBC franchise belt. He's going to stick with his WBC actual title. You know what I'm saying? So with him, completely disregarding the WBC franchise belt is no longer relevant. And we haven't really heard about the WBC franchise belt ever since then. And I think Mauricio Sulaiman has felt the way about that shit ever since, because that's a sanctioning fee that he can no longer make money off of because it's no longer relevant. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's when shit started to go sour. I think that's when Mauricio Sulaiman wasn't really fucking with Devin Haney all like that. And I think this is why Devin Haney's getting this treatment that he's getting right now. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney going through hell right now trying to bounce back off of this loss against Ryan Garcia. I'm sure he's going through a whole lot mentally. He said during an interview that he was questioning a lot of things. If that doesn't tell you that mentally he's not in the right spot, I don't know what will. This man literally told you, I was questioning myself. I was questioning my training. I was questioning my team. That goes to show you that at that point in time, he was unsure of himself. He was questioning his mentality. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy that this is the approach the WBC is going to take. But I'm not surprised, bro. The WBC is the most corrupt organization in the sport of boxing. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. They just like to do for theirs. They like to just back their people, and that's just what it is. I don't know how else to really put it, but I'm just pointing out the contradictions. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy, man. That's what the fuck I do on this channel. I hold motherfuckers accountable, and it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Let me check a couple of these. Let me check a couple of these comments right there. A Star 2002 says clenbuterol contamination is a big issue in Mexico. I doubt if Canelo uses steroids, he would be using a trash drug like that. He'd be on the good stuff. Listen, man, I could give a fuck, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And according to, chemists that I've spoken to and shit like that, and I even heard David Benavidez say this during the interview, for Canelo Alvarez to have that much clenbuterol in his system, just to give you an example, he would have had to have eaten the whole cow. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me this nigga Canelo, as famous and as rich as he is, when they done kidnapped his motherfucking family for ransom, that he was just walking down the block in Mexico, went up to a motherfucking taco stand and then grabbed him some fucking carne asada. And because he ate a small little taco, his fucking clenbuterol levels then shot through the fucking roof. All right, man. Meanwhile, and if he would have been on the good stuff, how about all the other people in Canelo's camp that tested positive? It was more than 3. I mean, I can name a few: Canelo, Oscar Valdez, Luis Neri, Julio Cesar Martinez. That's 4 right there. I'm probably missing some more people. So were they all on the good stuff? Was Oscar Valdez on some good stuff? Julio Cesar Martinez, was he on the good stuff? Or are they just all on some shit over at the Canelo camp? Y'all let me know. Andy Ruiz ain't get popped, but he was looking kind of suspicious too. And if you want to add Ryan Garcia to that, fuck it, add him to that list as well, because he was a part of Canelo Alvarez's camp at one point in time too. And it is what it is. The facts are the facts, man. You know what I mean? Was Ryan Garcia? I heard Ostarine is not that high level of a fucking performance enhancement drug neither. Was Ryan Garcia on the good stuff? Or it doesn't matter if it was good stuff or not. It's stuff that shouldn't be taken. You feel what I mean? And no matter how you put it, they drug cheats. Says, how could Loma fight Haney when Haney had a shoulder injury at the time? He was out that whole year. He had been calling out Loma for multiple years, my brother. I don't know. And this was prior to the shoulder injury. And even then, and you know what's funny, when was it? Was it after the fucking Loma fight? When did Haney have that shoulder injury? When did Haney have that shoulder injury? Was it after the Loma fight? When was it? Let me check. Let me see something real quick. Because I want to bring this up as well. Yeah, he was out 6 months with a shoulder injury. Let me see. He had a shoulder injury, and the WBC made him a champion in recess right away. Right away. As if they like they didn't want to wait for him or anything like that. Meanwhile, this motherfucker Jamal Charlo had sat out for I don't know how many years and was still the full status champion the entire time. Do y'all see like the inconsistencies? Like, am I tripping? That point right there just go to show. I completely forgot about that example. But I remember he had a whole shoulder injury, was only out 6 months. Only out 6 months. And they made him a champion in recess and was forcing other people and was trying to get other people to fight for the belt as if they didn't want to wait. They didn't want to have no understanding towards Devin Haney's situation or anything like that. Meanwhile, Jamal Charlo over here sipping on motherfucking Bahama Mamas on a fucking boat somewhere in the Bahamas, wherever the fuck he at. You know what I'm saying? And look. No. I know you a Jamal Charlo fan, but listen to what I'm telling. Just listen to what I'm saying. Maul was going through it though. He had an excuse. All right. Why didn't they make him champion in recess then? Is my question then. He was full status champion for multiple years and it wasn't and never even stepped in the ring, bro. And then his next fight was at a catch weight of 164 against Jose Benavidez. And his belt wasn't even on the line. He came back, didn't even fight for the belt. The motherfucker had to have a DWI in order for them to give the fucking belt, finally give the belt to Carlos Adames. You feel what I'm saying? This whole time. Stop Motion MMA says, why was Jamal Charlo kept champ for so long? Him or his brother can't sell a wing dinner on their own. Oh, you wildin'. Because look, justifying the bullshit. Look, justifying the bullshit. He says because Jamal is one of the cash cows at 154, 160, so you know the WBC is all about money, bro. Bro, what? How is Jamal a cash cow? What numbers has he done? Can you show me some numbers? Has he ever headlined a pay-per-view? Like who the fuck is Jamal Charlo really? Like I understand he a 2-division world champion. Was he a popular fighter? Yes, but does that correspond with him being a cash cow? Absolutely not. What type of numbers was he generating for us to think he was a cash cow? Canelo Alvarez, he show you the numbers. Cash cow. Gervonta Davis, he show you the numbers. Cash cow. You can even throw Earl in there. Cash cow. Good numbers. Who the fuck is Jamal Charlo amongst them motherfuckers? He was never a cash cow in his entire career. That don't make sense, my brother. You gotta come. You gotta have you gotta provide more information. You know what I'm saying? Okay, WBC is all about money. We established that. My problem is how the fuck Devin Haney get a shoulder injury and was only out for 6 months, and they was trying to make him a champion in recess right away. Wasn't trying to be understanding of his healing process or anything like that. Meanwhile, Jamal Charlo could go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because his wife out here tripping for 2 years, and he could come back while he's still full status champion, don't even compete in the division. He has a fucking belt in, and you know they still was allowing him to keep the belt, all that good shit. Carlos Adames got the interim, and he's defending his interim, grinding his ass off, trying to bring the middleweight division back. And it took a DWI from Jamal Charlo for the WBC to realize, oh, this nigga, oh, he ain't coming back anytime soon. Let's take this belt off him and give it to Carlos. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. This is the hypocrisy of the WBC. This is how they move, bro. They got no type of principles, no type of standards. They all about the money. And they don't give a fuck how they get it as long as they get it. Like, they even try to involve themselves in fights that have nothing to do with them. And then they feel disrespected when people reject them, like Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. They try to put up a Juneteenth belt for that fight, as if somebody asked for them to put a Juneteenth belt up. Bro, Gervonta don't give a fuck about y'all. He say fuck y'all every chance he get. He don't care about world titles. And you over here trying to present this man a Juneteenth belt. He said, I ain't paying for that shit. And then Mauricio talking about very disappointed in your response. Bro, who the fuck are you for niggas to try to, for you to believe that they supposed to be kissing your ass and be so accepting of the belts that you give them? Nigga, fuck you. Like, what is you talking about? Jamal was a top dog at 154 and 160, but he wasn't a cash cow. There's a difference. For example, John Beck is a top dog at 160 right now. He's a unified champion, but is he a cash cow? Absolutely not. He's not. Yeah, and it was a slap in the face. In all honesty, that Juneteenth belt, Ray, that was a slap in the face for real. You got two black fighters fighting, so you wanna appeal to these black fighters so bad and remind them of their history. So let's bring back a Juneteenth belt to show that we really rock with black people. Yeah, maybe that'll get the black people on our side. If we just we give them a belt to show appreciation to their ancestors who were slaves and were eventually emancipated. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand the WBC, bro. Beautiful belt, you know what I mean? Their history goes a long way. Let's not get it wrong, man. But at the end of the day, Mauricio Sulaiman is one of the most corrupt, greedy pieces of shit in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? This man justifies drug cheats. You feel me? This man stands up for people who are clearly in the wrong. And if he feels like there should be somebody that should be holding that belt over you, he'll do whatever he can to try to get you up out the mix. And I feel like that's what he's doing with Devin Haney for real. I'm sure he would much rather have Ryan Garcia holding that WBC title right now. There's one problem with that. Ryan Garcia don't give a fuck to hold your belt, but you so thirsty and you want that sanctioning fee so bad because Ryan be getting to that money. You know what I'm saying? He be getting to that money. He want that 3% of Ryan Garcia's check so bad that he could give a fuck that he a drug cheat. He could give a fuck that this man came in overweight and wasn't eligible to fight for the belt. He wants Ryan Garcia to be the WBC champion. Jose was way better than his son. Yeah, they was both out of pocket, but it seemed like Mauricio just take this shit to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to point that shit out, man. That's all. You know what I mean? It's crazy how the way these dudes be moving, but I'm gonna just keep exposing it. You know what I mean? But yep. He said, I just wish we get the old Jamal back. That's all. On some real shit, bro. And I hope I'm wrong, but it's starting to look like an Adrian Broner story with Jamal Charlo, man. That's what it's looking like to me. You know how everybody was talking about, oh, AB, he just needs to let his hands go. That's all he needs to do. He's focused this time. Oh, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back and become world champion. Man, he's focused now, man. He left the partying alone. You know all the drink. Man, he don't drink no more, man. It just seems like Jamal's far off, too far off in the deep end for him to be saved. I said the same shit about Broner came out to be true. You know what I mean? It seems like Jamal's heading down that same storyline, man. They should have made I Have a Dream belt for January, MLK Day. Yep. I'm surprised they ain't had no Black History Month belt. I'm surprised they don't got a Malcolm X world title. The WBC Marcus Garvey belt. These motherfuckers gonna come out with a Dr. Umar belt. Yep. That's the shit that they be on. Wasted talent. I mean, yeah, man. Yo, look, this is what y'all gotta come to realize. This is what y'all gotta come to realize. A lot of these motherfuckers is gonna crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see a lot of people on the come up. We're going to think a lot of them. And then, they fall off track. This shit happens all the time. These prospects that we currently looking at in boxing right now, bro, like that we currently looking at, not all of them are going to succeed. Not all of them are going to have a beautiful story, man. Like, I remember when Felix Verdejo was coming up. I thought he couldn't be faded. I thought that he was the best shit moving, bro. I thought he was the best thing that happened in boxing. I thought Puerto Rico had another Tito Trinidad. This is what I thought. Wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is shit that happens. When Adrian Broner was on the come up, we'd have never thought that he'd be in this situation right now. We thought niggas thought he was going to be I didn't think so. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of people who thought Broner was going to be the next Floyd. Look where he at. He said, Mark, don't even say that about those belts. He said, don't say that about those belts. Putting that into the cosmos, Sulaiman will make it happen. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised. And then no motherfuckers going to be on, a lot of these dicky ass fighters, they're going to take that belt and be smiling with it, just happy that the WBC gave them something. You know what I'm saying? He said AB was washed and should have never been in the ring. How about Yuriorkis Gamboa? Remember when he was on the come up, they thought he was going to be boxing his next prodigy and all this shit. And then he just ended up being a journeyman for these up-and-coming like champions. Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz. This dude done got punched on by everybody. We would have never thought Yuriorkis Gamboa would be in this situation. A lot of these motherfuckers that's on the come up right now, a lot of them going to crash and burn. A lot of them going to crash and burn. I'm not even going to mention no names because, I don't want to wish no bad, energy on anybody. But, some of these, a lot of these, even some of these champions going to end up being journeymen later down the line or be gatekeepers or end up retiring with 8, 9, 10 losses. Like, these things happen. A lot of these dudes crash and burn. Ralph said he feel like that's gonna happen to Jared Anderson. I think Jared is not even gonna allow that to really even happen because he already sound like he burnt out from boxing, and it sound like once he get a couple dollars, he gonna be out. So if he take 2-3 losses, he gonna end up dipping. I don't even think he gonna be in that situation. Mr. Keep Running Your Mouth says Wilder. Yeah, Wilder was looking like an unstoppable force for years. He had two real bad fights where he took a lot of punishment. Never the same. Yeah, I met Jared Anderson. I got his signature on one of my gloves I'm looking at right now, right across from me. He's a cool dude. Real funny, laid back dude. He said Berlanga need a dip from the sport he asked. Yeah, I think Jared was thinking about training with Bozy at one point. So he was coming through, you know what I'm saying, see how the training was. I think Bozy was a little too strict for him, so he got up out of here though. Bozy don't play that shit. If he tell you to be somewhere at a certain time, if you don't show up on time, he tell you go home. Come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You either on his time or it ain't gonna be no time. And a lot of fighters don't like that. They used to, having shit their way or people revolving around their schedule. Jose Pedraza is another one. Yeah. But, he wasn't too bad. He was a multi-time world champion and shit like that. But, yeah. Yeah, I seen Jared. He took Turkey Al-Sheik advice and started training with Sugar Hill. I want to know why Turkey Al-Sheik feel like I know he the money maker. He put the bread out here. He putting dudes in good situations. But I wonder what gives Turkey Al-Sheik the confidence to advise motherfuckers to train with people. I don't know. You just need to stay in your lane, my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just put your fucking money up and make these fights happen. Stop trying to advise people on what to do in their career. That's not your lane. You know what I'm saying? Put your motherfucking turban on and get that shit popping in Saudi, bro. Stop playing. But Sugar Hill, he's a quality trainer, though. He Emmanuel Stewart's nephew. You know what I'm saying? He done learned some shit. They got that crunk style. This nigga Slime. How the fuck this nigga know I'm eating Captain Crunch? I got the camera off. He could tell by how the way that the cereal crunching that it's Captain Crunch. That's how you know Slime a fat nigga, man. That's how you know Slime a fat nigga. He could analyze. He could hear the texture of the fucking Captain Crunch and know exactly what it is. That's crazy. That's a crazy talent. That's a crazy talent, bro. Like you on some different shit. You need to be on America's, you know what I'm saying? Next top talent or some shit like that, my nigga. Like you, the fact that you knew that this was Captain Crunch and my camera off, that's insane. This nigga has like, what's that, like supersonic hearing? That nigga, he could hear my teeth crunch down on the motherfucking cereal and know exactly what cereal it is just based off of the noise it make. That's fucking insane. That fat nigga got a different type of hearing. That nigga could hear when the motherfucker he could be 3 rooms away. He could hear when chicken hit that motherfucking pan. When somebody flipped that pancake on that stove, he could hear that shit while he in deep sleep. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. God bless that nigga Slime, bro. This nigga got a different type of talent. Real shit. That shit could have been any cereal in the world. That nigga knew exactly what I had. Hello? Don't say anything incriminating right now.
I was gonna curse you out. I was gonna be like, the fuck you doing?
What do you want, woman?
I want to let me go.
Huh?
My car speaks Greek. Oh, and I want to take your soul. No.
What the fuck?
I'm on my way home.
All right. There's anything you want to tell the people before I hang up?
No, not really.
Oh, you boring today. I thought you was gonna say some wild shit. All right.
I need you to suck my toe later, like you always do.
Hey yo.
Let the people know that you like sucking toes.
You on here lying.
All right, bye.
All right, I'll holler at you. It's that crazy BM shit talking about sucking on toes. I don't even play with fucking feet, my nigga. You wild. But anyway, yeah, man. That's what I got going on. So let's get a couple questions before I get up out of here, man. Let's get a couple questions going on before I get up out of here. If I had a foot fetish, I'd say it. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never had that. He said pulling the baddies. That's my son mom, bro. That's my son mom. But anyway, let me know with some questions, man. Let's get some questions going before I get up out of here, because after this hour, I'm a dip. So what we talking about? Let me know what's going on. Some real life shit. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button so we can get the algorithm on the up. We still on the road to 3K. We well into the 2K mark. I've been a little inconsistent, so the numbers ain't moving how I typically do, but we gonna get it going. I dropped 4 videos yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So we getting back on the right track. Lorenzo, what up? He said, what I got going on? What you mean what I got going on? What you talking about, Slime? I ain't got nothing going on. Man, this dude Ralph trolling. I'm gonna put this shit on the screen. He said, Mark, you excited for that T.O. and Steve Claggett fight? It's gonna be fire. You know what's funny about that whole shit? Do y'all remember when they first announced it and Tiafimo was like, oh, I don't got no opponent yet. I'm just staying in the gym, staying locked in. Like, he ain't know what the fuck we was talking about when they first put out the reports, right? Whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? He coming out. And Steve Clagg is the opponent the entire time, but I guess they didn't like the feedback they got, all the criticism they got. So that they played that shit off, and then later on was like, oh, well, you know, it is Steve Claggett. Fuck out of here. Trash ass fight. Trash ass fight. Who the fuck want to see Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett? Have we ever seen Steve Claggett fight? I know exactly why he chose Steve Claggett though. He chose Steve Claggett because he wants a style that's going to be in front of him and he don't have to worry about them moving. Teofimo has shown that he has a phobia of boxers that know how to use their feet and know how to move around the ring because he has a strong inability to cut off the ring. He cannot cut off a ring to save his life. You know what I'm saying? He can't beat a motherfucker to a direction. He can't force nobody against the ropes. He only throws 1-2 punches at a time. He puts everything in the one punch, constantly resetting. You know what I'm saying? And Steve Claggett ain't gonna do none of that. Steve Claggett gonna sit there right in front of him. He gonna stand right in front of him and be there for Teofimo's punches. And watch Teofimo look sensational against Steve Claggett. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a great style in front of him. He gonna shine on Steve Claggett. They're gonna be like, oh, Teofimo's back. Oh, he's improved so much. When it's really just a good style that's in front of him. How about putting somebody in there with Teofimo that knows how to fucking box and move to challenge Teofimo? Why the fuck Teofimo blaming it on dudes saying that they don't want to stand in front of him? He said the same. He said about Jermaine Ortiz, oh, nobody wants to stand in front of me. Nobody wants to stand in front of me. No, motherfucker. Why would they? Why would they want to do that when they could just beat you off the back foot? If they could beat you off the back foot, why the fuck would they stand in front of you? Jermaine Ortiz was outboxing you so easily. Why the fuck would he give up? Why would he lose focus and stand in front of you? For what? And we've seen people stand in front of you and still beat you. Kambosos beat your ass standing in front of you. The fuck you talking about? But anyway, that's what I think about the Steve Claggett fight. Absolutely terrible fight. But it is what it is, man. Teofimo need a confidence booster because, you know, any other time he crying whenever he get in tough fights. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Sandor Martin slapping him over the head with check hooks and, you know, Jermaine Ortiz, you know, got him falling all over, off balance, and then Jermaine Ortiz hitting him with 6-punch combinations going on the move. And then, you know, he crying after the Jermaine Ortiz fight because he really thought he lost low-key. Like, that's who Teofimo Lopez is, man. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Teo can't cut off a ring to save his life. Ray Davis, my boy Ray, he says Teo might end up with a Kambosos second coming, trying to cherry pick. Yeah. You know, they be trying to move calculated, but they ain't that smart and they end up falling into some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Because I don't think Teofimo's the same puncher at 40 that he was at 35. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like if he hits Claggett and Claggett don't respect that man power, he might be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I don't know too much about Steve Claggett to make that assumption, though. He might go out. I don't know. Anonymous says, tune in the Bam versus Estrada on the 29th. Don't waste y'all time with that clown Teo. Oh, you already know. I'm tuning in the Bam all day. That's one of my favorite fighters in the entire sport of boxing. Y'all peep how Earl Spence said Bam is his favorite fighter in boxing right now. You peep that, right? Y'all heard it here first, man. Y'all heard it here first. Ain't nobody was rock. Ain't no big. I know the nation rock with Bam. I ain't talking about y'all. But in terms of big channels, no, just channels in period. I don't got a big channel. But like YouTube boxing channels, ain't nobody was backing Bam how I was backing Bam. I've known about Bam for years. I know that because they offered Bam to fight. They offered one of my fighters to fight Bam. You know what I'm saying? But that card had ended up falling through due to the pandemic and shit like that. Ever since then, I've known about Bam, studying Bam. And I'm like, yo, this dude going to be world champion. He said, Mark, stop lying. You know damn well you're going to watch the Teo fight whether we like him or not. He's a popular fighter. I mean, he's a popular fighter whether we like him or not. But if you asking me which fight I'm going to pay attention to, I'm watching the Bam versus Estrada fight. It's a way better fight than Teofimo Lopez versus Claggett. I'm going to watch that one. That's going to be the priority. You know what I'm saying? And I'll probably catch Tiafimo and Claggett on the rewind. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not lying. I'm not lying at all, actually. So I don't know what you're talking about. He said, "Who is Bam? Bam Rodriguez, sir. Go look him up. Go look him up, boss. Do some homework. One of the most talented guys in boxing. One of the top 10 pound for pound fighters of the world. Bam Rodriguez. Jesse Rodriguez, if you need the first name. Yeah, it's like people not tuning into that shit. Niggas just gonna catch the highlights and make their assessment off that. You know what I'm saying? That fight's super ass, bro. Like who the fuck is Steve Claggett? Bam a fucking monster, bro. Bam special. It's gonna take a really good fighter to beat somebody like Bam. And they know it too. That's why they trying to throw him in there with anyway. They want him to move up 2 weight classes to fight anyway. Meanwhile, they don't want. You see how this shit go? They want Bam to move up 2 weight classes to fight anyway. Meanwhile, they don't want anyway to move up 2 weight classes to fight Tank. You see how that shit work? Bam versus Junto. Shit, that's true. That's some money that Jesse can make out here for sure. But let's see what's up with Estrada, man. Let's see what's up with Estrada. Let's see how you look against Estrada before we start talking about these other ones. He said thoughts on the Shakur fight. I mean, it's a trash fight too. It's a fight that we don't want to see, but I understand why Shakur is in that situation, man. He's at his last fight with Top Rank, and Top Rank not gonna give him a good opponent. You know what I'm saying, on his way out. You know what I'm saying? That's why they doing very little promotion. You know what I'm saying? Because if they feel like he gonna go explore free agency and he ain't gonna come back to Top Rank, that they're not gonna do what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do whatever. They're gonna give him whatever money they need to pay him or whatever, and they're gonna let him go about his business. If his numbers come out trash, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what Top Rank do. Top Rank not about to, jump out the window for you if you ain't willing to walk out the door for them. It's just what it is. Oh, you gonna leave us? Oh, we gonna make sure that your numbers ain't the best before you leave us. We putting all this money into you and you want to walk away? All right, bet. We just gonna stop trying with you. Only way Shakur Stevenson gets those big fights again against top ranked fighters, he's gonna have to re-sign with Top Rank. He's in a tough situation right now, man, because when you look at the 135 division, two of those champions could easily go up against Shakur under the Top Rank banner. Lomachenko, Dennis Berinchyk. Dennis Berinchyk just fought Emmanuel Navarrete on a Top Rank card. Berinchy's promoter and Top Rank got a good relationship. They could always make that fight happen. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the Gervonta Davis one, PBC and Top Rank, they ain't got no problem making fights happen whenever, the fight makes sense. So why the fuck not? Why not? I don't know. Shakur, he gonna go explore free agency or whatever. I'm sure he probably gonna talk to Turkey Al-Sheikh and Eddie Hearn and all them other dudes, but it's gonna be hard for him to become undisputed at 135 or be a part of some unification fights at 135 if he's not a top ranked fighter. Ralph said they tried to do it to Bud when Bud was on his way out, try to trash his image. That's a fact. Yep. But Bud was intelligent. He stood quiet. He let them do whatever they needed to do. And then once he was released, that's when he started speaking his mind. You know what I'm saying? Shakur was in the middle of the contract with them and was disrespecting them. Was running his mouth too much. You know what I'm saying? That's where he fucked up at. MB26 said, Mark, you think Turkey wants someone like Shakur when Shakur don't fight exciting and they not and yo, this is the thing, bro. I think Shakur had one bad fight, and then everybody assuming that Shakur a boring fighter. Shakur has been in some entertaining fights. I thought the Valdez fight was entertaining. I thought the Nakatani fight was entertaining. I thought the Jamel Herring fight was entertaining. I don't think Shakur Stevenson is a boring fighter. I just think that he had a mediocre performance. I think that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's boring at all. And I think that everybody recognizes Shakur as a top talent, and they know there's some huge money fights in his future. So who wouldn't want to work with him? And I seen Bob Arum talking about Eddie Hearn say he's not going to pay Shakur how much Top Rank paying him and shit like that. I think that's just a manipulation tactic to get Shakur to really like think things through, or you know what I'm saying, or to not sign with Eddie Hearn. And I just think that Bob Arum is doing that strategically to try to get Shakur to re-sign with him. He said, Mark, do you think Shakur could be a top dog in the division? True thoughts, please. He already is. He already is a top dog in the division. Like when you talk about top dogs in the division, you got to talk about who's currently the champions in the division, right? So if you're talking about like 168, Canelo's the top dog in the division because he has all the belts. When you're talking about 140, the top dogs in the division are Liam Paro, Teofimo, Devin Haney, Isaac Cruz. What defines being the top dog in the division? I think he already is, but to be you talking about the top dog? I thought you said a top dog. Okay, the top dog. I mean, I think the only person that's really standing in his way so he could be the top dog. Yeah, my fault, Brandon. I fucked up right there. My fault. I thought you said a top dog. I misread you. The top dog with all the belts, undisputed. I think the only one that's really standing in his way, that's like the biggest threat, is Tank. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he could beat Tank, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't know if he could beat Tank. I don't know how Shakur deals with Tank's pressure when he really turns it up. I don't know if he could take a clean shot from Tank. I don't know if he could take a good body shot from Tank. He admitted he got hurt to the body against Valdez. I'm sure Tank could do some damage. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that's a really tough style matchup for Shakur. I don't know if Shakur has the power to discourage Tank from coming forward. I don't know. Can he fight a perfect fight where Tank don't hit him at all? I don't know, man. I never seen nobody go 12 rounds with Tank and not get hit. But then again, Tank ain't ever fight nobody as defensively skilled as Shakur. So, I don't know. I don't know if he could be the top dog. Maybe if Tank wasn't in the division, it might be wide open for him. But I don't know if he gets off against Tank, bro. I'm just being honest. If Tank ain't had no pop, he be toast. But that power neutralizes, it changes a lot of shit, man. Only thing I can say is Tank has shown in multiple fights that he could take a punch while delivering one. But the question with Devin been answered, no chin. Do you think the same thing? I think Devin. I think that Devin does have a chin. This motherfucker. I've seen Ryan Garcia sleep people with them left hooks that he hit Devin with, and Devin, he got cracked on the chin. He fell, but he got up every time and continued pushing the fight. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Devin has shown the chin. He ain't go out. Did he go to sleep? Or he kept getting up and he kept fighting? Devin showed a lot of dog in that fight, and he showed a lot of durability in that fight. So I don't know. I think the best chins are the ones that don't get touched. You feel me? That's just what I think. I think Devin Haney did show a good chin. Pause. The stranger says, I think Shakur defense is overrated. He flees without setting something up. I wouldn't call that defense, in my opinion. Well, defense is, I don't know, do y'all really watch Shakur? I've seen Shakur stand in the pocket with dudes and they can't touch him. I've seen him use his legs, but for the most part, I've seen Shakur throughout his entire career be flat-footed and still make motherfuckers miss by a centimeter. I don't know, man. I think his defense is pretty good. I think he has pretty good defense. I disagree with y'all on that. I see Shakur literally stand in front of dudes without any type of movement and understand distance so well that they could throw a punch and he's confident that it's nowhere near him and he'll make a miss by, like I said, a centimeter. Mark, is Shakur in your top 5 favorite boxers on your list? No, he's not. My favorite boxers: Benavidez, no particular order. Benavidez, Boots, Bam. I fuck with Bud, man. I've been watching Bud a lot, but is he on? Those are my 3. Then after that, it gets a little bit blurry. So I still rock with Subriel though, man. I still rock with Subriel, but Wilder done now. He was one of my favorite guys at his peak. I rock with Earl. I'm gonna say Bud as number 4, and then for number 5 we could go. Damn, I'm sure I'm missing somebody, man. I always forget. I don't think he's Stranger. I don't know if he can stand in front of Tank. I think that'd be dumb for him to do. I don't know. He said just say Tank Davis. No, that's what you want me to say. That's what you want me to say. Jamel Herring was a great performance, and the Valdez performance was good too. I agree with you, Anonymous. I don't know if he could stand in front of Tank though. Stranger, I don't know that. That's something that we would have to see. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, I'm aware of Matias. You know what I mean, and what he did. I just think that he I don't know if Matias really trained for that fight. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He says, I think your name is Rez Mini. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but he says, does Benavidez stay at 175 or return to 68? We'd love to see a matchup with Morrell Jr. Well, it seems like Morrell Jr. moving up to 75 as well. But to answer your question, I mean, I think it's dependent on where his best opportunities is at. Because although he may look better at 68, his options are extremely limited. You know what I'm saying? All the belts are currently with one man right now, and that one man doesn't want to fight him unless he has a price, unless they give him $200 million. Meanwhile, 175 may be an opportunity for him to, actually fight for undisputed for the winner of Bivol and Better Beef. You know what I'm saying? But does he have what it takes to beat those guys at 175? You know what I mean? He didn't have the best performance. He looked a little, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it was the hand injury. I don't know. Maybe that weight is too much for him. Maybe he's just accustomed to being a bigger guy. So when he went up against a bigger guy, he had some difficulties. I don't know. You think Matias need to move up? I think Tank need to move up. How about that? Don't tell Tank to move up, though. You know what I'm saying? Why don't Tank move up to 47? See how they be? But all right, y'all. I'm gonna answer one more question. I'm gonna get up out of here because I gotta start getting ready for my going to the movies and shit. I'm watching Bad Boys, you feel me? So I gotta start getting ready. I gotta shower and all that. Shout out the real Brandon Casanova though, man. I think he was a new subscriber. I'm not sure, but regardless, we appreciate you coming on and adding to the conversation. What threat is there at 140 for Tank to fight? Oh wow. Okay, we're not even gonna answer that. It's cool. Yeah, he said most excited Shakur performance was probably Yoshino. Yeah, he beat the dog shit out of you, Yoshino. That shit wasn't even cool, bro. Yeah, that's why I watched all the Bad Boys, bro, since I was a young boy. My dad had me watching that since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2. I think Bad Boys 2 is still my favorite one all the time. But yeah, we about to watch this. We about to watch this one, so I'm looking forward to it. I ain't worried about spending, my brother, but trust me, I'm aware. I know how the movies be doing people. Did I watch the K Dot concert? Not the full John, but I watched the highlights of it. Yeah, Kendrick was snapping up there. Yeah, he showed exactly who the fuck he is in this hip hop shit during that concert. All the people he had over there. Yeah. The only thing left for Kendrick to do is to go do that shit in Toronto now. He need to go perform, not like us in Toronto. That'll be the nail in the coffin. He said, "Who I'm going with? MB, mind your fucking business, nigga. Why you all up in what I got going on, man? Talking about who I'm going with. Nigga, you sound like my mom, nigga. Chill out. That's when you gotta put the stiff arm out for niggas. Pause. One last question. Who do you got for the Bud fight? Do you think this will be Crawford's hardest fight on paper to this date? True thoughts. It's always true thoughts, Brandon. You know what I mean? I try my best. But hold up real quick. My fault, y'all. I don't know. This is a whole different weight class. This is 154 pounds. We gotta see exactly how Bud acclimates to the weight. He said he was having trouble making 147, so maybe 154 was the right move up for him. Shit, Madrimov, he applies a lot of pressure. Strong, compact dude. If Bud has trouble keeping Madrimov up off of him, that might be a tough fight. But Bud has respectable power. He's very intelligent, and he at this point is a seasoned vet. Has been a seasoned vet. Has a lot of dog, a lot of grit, a lot of determination. He's able to adapt. I think because of that alone, along with his experience, I think that he'll be able to defeat Madrimov. But in terms of it being his hardest fight on paper, I don't know. I don't know on paper if this. I don't know. On paper, I think his toughest fight was Earl Spence. If we looking over on paper, we thought Earl Spence was going to be the toughest fight, but clearly it wasn't. But hopefully, he's taking Madrimov serious because I think he understands that if he defeats Madrimov, they might set him up with Canelo at the end of the year. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch Madrimov a little bit more. But then again, there's not much fight footage on him because he only got 10 fights. But regardless, I'm looking forward to seeing that in August. Hopefully, Bud don't get old overnight or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? What stance do you think he fights best at? Southpaw, hands down. Bud is a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? I think that when he stands orthodox, I think he leaves a lot of openings defensively. I think that he loses defense when he goes over to the orthodox side. But once he hits southpaw, it's like a switch turns on and he just becomes a different fighter. I look at Bud as a southpaw that has the ability to fight orthodox. I don't really look at him as like a switch hitter. I look at Boots like a switch hitter because I don't really see him lose anything in either stance he chooses. I think he's a better switch. I think he switches better from orthodox to southpaw than Bud because I think I think he leaves less openings. I think that he's more of the same in either stance he's in. He's dangerous either side, and Bud is too. But I think there's some openings. You said GT against southpaw. You talking about Gervonta? The best. Which stance do you think he fights best at in regards to Bud? Is southpaw, hands down. He's a way better southpaw than orthodox, in my opinion. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel, man. Shout out to Brandon Casanova with the great questions, boxing film. Oh, you said Gary Antoine? Yeah, he all right. He gonna have to bounce back off that last John though. Shout out to Coffee Plant MB26 Anonymous. Best southpaw today is Usyk. I mean, he got a strong case. He got a strong case. I got him pound for pound #1 right now. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love on the channel. Salute to everybody in the chat. If you could hit the like button on the way out, subscribe to the channel, share the videos. As always, man, this is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a blessed, beautiful weekend night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.